Pancakes were one of the first things I ever learned to make in the kitchen, and these American-style pancakes are perfect for a weekend breakfast. Now, they're very easy to make, and like any pancakes, they start with a little bit of flour in a bowl like this. What I'm going to do is add 2 eggs to some milk. Now, the reason I'm not adding the eggs and the milk straight to the flour without whisking them is because I don't want to overwork the batter. So, eggs go in here first. Just crack them on a flat surface like this. You get a decent crack on your egg every time. 2 large free-range eggs going in here. And then just using a fork, I'm just going to whisk them up. And you know, pancake batters, they're really such a very simple thing to make. And you can make them up ahead of time, which is really wonderful. And once that's mixed through, what I'm going to do is add to my flour, my dry ingredients, is a teaspoon or 2 of baking powder. And because these are American-style pancakes compared to the kind of thinner crepes-style ones that we normally cook for Pancake Tuesday, what we want is a rise so that they'll bubble up and become quite thick. And my secret ingredient to my American-style pancakes is about a half a teaspoon of cinnamon going in here. So that goes in, and it adds just another kind of dimension of flavour in here. If you wanted to kind of play around with the flavours, what you could do is add a little bit of lemon zest, add some blueberries in there. It's up to you, but I like this kind of authentic sort of cinnamon taste in there. So basically then, just using the back of a spoon, make a well in those dry ingredients. And what I'm going to do is pour that straight in and mix it through. Straight into the centre. And get it all in there. And actually, just to kind of balance out the sweetness which we're going to be adding to these pancakes, is just a little pinch of salt in here as well. So now, just using a whisk, beat that together until you have a very smooth pancake mixture. Now, with any pancake batter, you don't want to overwork the mixture. The more you beat that flour through, the more the gluten starts to work, and what you need to do is allow it to relax afterwards. So don't overmix it. Once all those lumps are out, you can set it aside. Now, the best thing to do is leave it overnight, leave it for an hour in the fridge. But because I have only a limited amount of time today, I'm going to cook it straight away. And now, to go alongside our lovely little American-style pancakes, what I'm going to make up is some caramelized bananas. Now, to do that, I have some bananas over here. Just take off the skins, slice them in half, straight down the middle, and then just sprinkle a little bit of sugar on a plate like this. And we're just going to toss the bananas in that little bit of sugar. So just dip them so that they're nicely dipped all the way around. And then into a frying pan, I'm just going to add a few knobs of butter. And it's a combination of the butter and the sugar that's on the bananas, which is going to create that lovely kind of caramel finish to it. So we get those bananas straight in. Now, while these bananas are cooking off, what I'm going to do is create a caramel sauce by adding some butter and some golden syrup in a little pot, and then we just toss the bananas through. It's going to be really tasty. So a good bit of golden syrup goes in here, and then a good few knobs of butter going straight in. And you melt that down until it becomes bubbly, and then we're going to toss our caramelized bananas in there. So just check on your bananas as they cook. Oh, that is exactly what I'm looking for, that beautiful caramelized banana on the outside. And I'm just going to turn the rest of these so they're ready to serve. And the thing with these bananas is that you don't want to overcook them. So once they've got a good colour on one side, they're pretty much done. Just being very gentle with them. Transfer them across to a plate like this. Oh, they look so good. So I'm just going to set them aside. We have our caramel bubbling away, so I'm just going to turn that down. It's come together now at this point, so we don't need to do too much more to it. Now, when your pan is nice and hot, my favourite way to make sure that my pancakes don't stick is to just get a little bit of kitchen paper, dab it with some butter, with some melted butter, and just run it across the base of a pan. This will ensure that it's completely coated in a nice bit of butter, which adds a good bit of taste as well. So, good ladleful of pancake mixture going in here. I'm going to fit about 3 to the pan like this. So making sure that your pancake batter is at dropping consistency. If you do need to add a little bit more milk, do. So just place them in. And they're going to cook very quickly, so I'm going to turn down our temperature here. And the way you know that they've cooked on the underside is that little bubbles will start to form on the top, and the sides will go a little bit dry. So these pancakes are just about ready to turn. Our little bubbles have formed, and they've become quite dry on the outside, so we're just going to turn them over. Nicely done. Same one on this side. And you've got that lovely golden colour on the exterior, so that's exactly what I'm after. And then these are going to puff up just on the other side, and then they're ready to serve. My pancakes are beautifully cooked now, so I'm just going to serve them straight up while they're nice and hot. And pancakes like this, they go beautifully with a little bit of bacon if you like your savoury style pancakes. But like this, it's a really sweet treat and it's perfect for a weekend brunch. So just turn off the heat. And now I'm going to place on 1 or 2 of these beautiful little bananas, these caramelised bananas over the top. And I get these lovely ones which are quite nice. And maybe just a little one extra since we're here. And then we have that really, really golden caramel sauce, which is nice and hot, and that just gets poured over the top. This really is a proper little treat of a breakfast. Not an everyday treat, but, you know, when you want a special occasion and something really special, this is exactly what you could do. That looks really good. And now, if it needs anything else, which it probably doesn't, but I'm going to go an extra mile and just add some toasted hazelnuts over the top and just finishes it off with a little bit of texture and a little bit of crunch. And that is one of the simplest little weekend brunch breakfast treats you can ever possibly imagine. Some wonderful caramelised banana pancakes. Are you ready to try some? Come on in and dig in. There you go. And there's pork there. I'm going to stick on a few more so we can